Hey, it's James Mulvaney here, and in today's video we're going to be looking at how to use the brand new Rodecaster Pro II to broadcast live online radio. I'm going to be showing you a setup which involves a microphone, some music playing on my MacBook, or you could use a Windows computer as well. Same principles apply, and we're going to be broadcasting to radio.co using this tool. So stay right there. Hey, so welcome along. As I mentioned, today's video, we're going to be doing a live internet radio setup using the Rodecaster Pro II. For those of you who are new here, my name's James. I'm founder of radio.co, podcast.co, matchmaker.fm, and Q Podcasts. And I'm always creating videos like this one talking about things like the Rodecaster Pro II, live internet radio, podcasting, how to grow your audience. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, I recommend that you hit that subscribe button right now, do it, and turn on your notifications because I'm always pushing out new videos just like this one. But today's video is about broadcasting live. Perhaps you want to do your own radio show from home, or maybe you want to set the Rodecaster Pro up in your studio. And we're going to look at how you can connect this up to your computer and how you can broadcast live using this tool. And we're going to be connecting to radio.co. Super simple to do. It'll only take us 10 minutes or so to get this all set up. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk through the setup. What have I got in front of me here, and how can you mimic this at home or in your studio? Firstly, the heart of everything is our Rodecaster Pro II. This is a great upgrade to the first version of the Rodecaster Pro, although I've also done a video of that. If you want to go and check it out. The principles are pretty much the same, what we're going to be talking through today. There's a couple of new features which help you as a broadcaster on here, however. So we've got our Rodecaster Pro, that's connected to a laptop. Today I'm using a MacBook, but however, you don't need a Mac, you could use this with Windows as well. If you want me to do a Windows version of this tutorial, by the way, let me know in the comments below because I can create one for you. And we just connected up using a USB-C cable. So a single USB-C cable connected to the outputs on the Rodecaster Pro. Next up, I've obviously got a pair of headphones so I can monitor what's going on. You might also want to consider having a pair of studio speakers. I've only got one speaker here, or studio monitors. But you know, obviously, if you're getting full out in your studio, having some nice monitors in front of you can be really good so you can hear what's going on when you've not got your headphones on. And finally, the microphone. I'm using a Shure SM7B in this case. Again, we work with any of the Rode mics. This will work with any microphone that you want to plug into the Rodecaster Pro II. It's very, very versatile. Works with any kind of microphone that you may have, whether it's condenser or dynamic. And finally, on our computer, we have a piece of software which is playing audio. Now, this can be any software. In this case, I'm using Virtual DJ just because we had it to hand, but it could be a piece of radio automation software. Maybe you're using Station Playlist or Play It One or Radio DJ, or maybe you're using some other DJ software. It could be Tractor or Record Box. It doesn't really matter which software you're using. The principles are all the same. You just need to make sure that the software is routed into the correct channel on your Rodecaster and you'll be good to go. So the first thing I'd recommend doing once you've got your Rodecaster unboxed and ready to go is downloading Rode's companion app, which is called Rode Central. You can download it. You can then check that your device is up to date, make sure that there's no firmware updates or anything like that applied. And it also gives you the ability to configure your smart pads, which are these brightly colored buttons on the right-hand side. These can be really useful, especially if you're hosting a radio show, because you can attach things like beds, which is background music, or jingles or sweepers, which is your station idents, your station branding, to these buttons, which is really great because if you want to hit one of the sweepers or you want to play an ident before you start speaking, you can put them on their own fader, you can hit a button, and one of those jingles will play out. So the next thing is how to configure your software. Whatever software you're using to play your music, or perhaps you're using a piece of radio automation software, or maybe you're using a piece of DJ software like I am today, you need to make sure that the output of that software is routed into the Rodecaster Pro. So in the case of Virtual DJ, I head on to our preferences. I then choose audio. I then click on speaker and headphones, which basically means the input and also the monitoring is going to be controlled through our device. By default, this will be selected probably to either your Mac sound card, or maybe you've got an external audio interface or something like that. So you need to make sure that your headphones and your monitor are both set to Rodecaster Pro II main multi-track. So now on our software, it's really about controlling how we route our audio and then assigning it to a channel within our Rodecaster Pro. So for example, if I want all of my audio to come through one channel on the Rodecaster and I want to trust my software to mix between deck 1 and deck number 2, I can simply select speaker only, choose Rodecaster Pro II as my output device, and you'll see there's channels 1 and 2, which is obviously a stereo pair. We can then assign those channels to one of the faders on our Rodecaster. However, if I wanted to say have deck number 1 on one fader and deck number 2 on another fader, I could choose separate decks. You know, with some software you might even have more than 2 decks, but for this example let's just run with 2. And as you can see here, I've got deck number 1 routed to channels 1 and 2, and deck number 2 routed to channels 3 and 4. Then it's just a case on the Rodecaster of assigning which deck you want to which fader. Okay, so now I've got that configured, let's test this out. If I hit play on the computer, and if I turn up fader number 5 that I've got my audio routed to, you'll hear we've got audio now coming out of our monitor, which is directly connected to the Rodecaster. Obviously, if I fade it down, or if I want to duck, don't want to talk over the music, I can control that audio track through the Rodecaster Pro, which is great. Okay, so another important thing to note, if you're using the Rodecaster Pro II, once you've got your music coming out of your monitor speakers, you don't want to be having that loud whilst you're actually speaking. So currently my microphone's switched off. If I turn my microphone on, you'll notice my monitor shuts off. This is crucial if you're broadcasting live radio. You don't want to cause any feedback or any nasty echo out of your studio monitors. So in order to enable this, you need to go onto your microphone settings and choose automatically mute monitor output when your microphones are up. This is really, really important. I can't stress this enough, but it's simple enough to enable in settings. So once we're broadcasting and I've got music playing, you obviously need a good pair of headphones so you can hear what's going on without causing feedback. So now obviously I can control the volume of my music nicely through my fader. So if I wanted to talk over it, it's just a case of pulling down the fader and saying what you want to say. So next up, I wanted to talk about a couple of features that make Rodecaster Pro ideal for broadcasters, especially if you want to take live callers on your show, which is really useful. And you can do this either using a phone, you can connect via Bluetooth or via a cable, or you could connect another computer and use software such as Skype or Zoom or any kind of mobile communications, WhatsApp, you name it, in order to actually take callers on the Rodecaster. So the Rodecaster Pro II makes it super simple to do this. And I've created another video all about how to take callers, which you can check out. I'll put a link above. So the next feature I wanted to talk about is back channels. This is a really cool thing because basically if you've got a caller perhaps lined up, you're finishing a song or you're coming out of an ad break or whatever it might be, and you want to talk to the caller off air so your listeners can't hear you, but your caller can hear you and your caller can communicate back with you, which might be great if you want to tell them to turn their volume up, turn their volume down. You might just be wanting to brief them on what you're going to be chatting about. If you hold down the 2 buttons below the faders on both your channel and the caller's channel, you'll see they illuminate a kind of yellowy gold color. This shows you have a back channel enabled. This will basically allow you to connect to the caller, have a conversation off air without your listeners hearing anything, or without you recording anything if you're recording it for a podcast, for example. So that's a really, really handy feature of the Rodecaster Pro II, an important one to note down if you're taking live callers. Okay, so finally, I wanted to show you how you can connect the Rodecaster Pro to a live streaming platform such as radio.co, which we're going to be using in this example. And to connect to radio.co, we're going to be using a little piece of desktop software, which is available for Windows and for Mac, called Broadcast using this tool. Super simple, it's free to download, and it makes it really, really straightforward to get broadcasting. So once you've downloaded the tool, if I head onto settings, and under the server settings, I want to click add, and I want to choose the radio.co option. If I then press get stations, you'll see it asks me to log into radio.co and it'll redirect me to the website. Now I need to enable the access, so I click allow. And then if I head back to BUT, you'll see now I have a list of my stations. So I want to choose the station I'm going to be connected to, in this case radio.co demo, and I click add. And it's that simple. Okay, so the next step, once we've configured our server that we're going to broadcast to, in this case a radio.co stream, I want to click on the audio section. And this will basically tell BUT, or broadcast using this tool, which audio source to send out to the internet. So by default, obviously we've got our system audio selected, but we've got a bunch of options here. So we're going to again select the Rodecaster Pro II main multi-track. If I turn up the fader, you'll see the levels on BUTT are bobbing up and down, which is great. Again, we'll check with mic, that's working great. We'll also test the music, that's looking sweet. So we know we've got multiple sources, all being controlled by the faders on my Rodecaster, which are going to be routed out to the internet. Once I'm ready to go live, it's very simple. Then I hit the play button on broadcast using this tool. You can see my stream clock is ticking up, which is great. It means I'm live. We should give it some audio. And that's it. We're now going live out to our audience via radio.co. You can use whatever software you wish to play music. As I mentioned, you don't have to use Virtual DJ. The setup will be very, very similar depending on what software you're using. Go into the audio settings, make sure you've got it configured to output to the Rodecaster. Make sure you then assign one of the channels to your software, and you should be good to go. If we head back onto radio.co, and we can see we've now got a nice red on air indicator that shows that we're connected and we're actually broadcasting to our audience. So thanks very much for watching this video. Using the Rodecaster Pro as a tool for your live radio station is really, really powerful. I think especially the Rodecaster Pro II has unlocked multiple possibilities in terms of having different audio sources connected and being able to route them to different faders. Really, really useful if you're powering an online radio station or you're broadcasting a live DJ set. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Always happy to give some advice where possible. And likewise, if you've got any requests for videos you want to see using the Rodecaster Pro, please let me know in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. If you found this useful, I'd appreciate a thumbs up on the video because it really helps. And I really like creating new content like this for you. So remember to subscribe for more, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay, take it easy.
What makes the difference between a successful radio station and a failed project? Well, after working with tens of thousands of broadcasters over the past 15 years and helping lots of people start their own radio stations, I see the same mistakes being made time and time again. So what I've done is I've put together a guide called the 5-Step Radio Startup Checklist, which really covers everything from concepting your radio station to marketing it. And this guide, I believe, will make the difference between you having a successful venture with longevity and creating something that doesn't quite hit the mark. Go and grab your copy now for free at jamesm.com/radio. Just enter your name and your email address and I'll send it over to you straight away. You're going to find it really useful. There's tons of information there which will help you with concepting and launching your brand and bringing it to market.